Okay, hey guys, I'm back and this is out of focus yet once again. Okay, that's good enough. So hey guys, I'm back and I'm gonna break this up in two videos because there is right now an opposition going on between Jupiter and Pluto. And I want to do this video on that first, and then I'm going to go into the next grand trine that everybody's been talking about, and the other thing that's going on, which is also the grand cross and the grand square. So for this video, we're going to stick to the actual opposition between Pluto and Jupiter, because this opposition right here is actually happening now. It's more so like lining up, and it's actually going into its most strongest point, which is actually the 14th. So as we're leading up into the 14th, which will be the exact lineup, or the closest to the exact lineup, the energies of this particular opposition is going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And let me see if I can add a little more light to this video. Okay, that's a little better. At least for me, it's a little better. Turn, do something. Okay, I can work with that. So, and I'm sorry, whatever, that's over here, this little shadows from the candle. But, so like I said, right now we're leading up into the opposition where it's going to be the highest point of the opposition between Pluto and Jupiter. And with that, you're going to see, you should be already seeing where you and people around you are starting to disagree a whole lot, especially if y'all have different beliefs. You may be struggling with your old belief systems. Now, you know, Pluto's all about transformation, and it's really, for me, it's really a regenerative planet. You know, a lot of people say it's a planet of death and all this other stuff, but for me, Pluto is really just about regeneration. You know, it's considered the lord of the underworld. But with transformation, because there is no death without rebirth, so with transformation comes pressure, comes turbulence, comes disturbances, comes things that we see as momentary problems, comes things that cause us to be uncomfortable to get us to move. So with that going against Jupiter, which is all about expansion and more so about it's all about expansion. It is also about expanding your ideas and your beliefs. If you don't know how to balance these two, because the opposition doesn't always have to work against you. You know, with the opposition, even though they're at total opposite ends, it doesn't mean it has to be a problem. Now, here's where the problem comes in. Right now, you're probably having a whole lot of, again, with the energy of Jupiter coming up, especially with Jupiter in Cancer, which Cancer, and I believe when I looked at it, they might actually been in the 4th house, but I'm not sure. But with Jupiter, anyway, it being in Cancer, Cancer being very nurturing, very mothering, it's expanding or going deep into all the cultural traditions, all the beliefs and everything that you held as a child growing up and that you attached to growing up in the years over time. So all that right now is being expanded. Of course, Cancer is very emotional. So it's literally taking you through how you feel about, certain ideas, certain beliefs, certain aspects, emotional wise. Now, on the flip side, you have Pluto, which is in Capricorn. Now, with Pluto and Capricorn, like I said, it's very regenerative, and Capricorn is all about using stuff. And now, I'm keeping this very simple, and I'm only going with the key phrases to help it keep very simple and very straight to the point, because this is getting to a really long video. So with Capricorn, you know, key phrases basically I use. Pluto is using the energy of Jupiter to pull up, to pull out things that necessarily no longer serve you, that you don't necessarily believe in, or that you keep saying you believe in mouth-wise, but action-wise you're doing something totally different. So with that opposition, if you're somebody who's resistant to change, even though everything around you, all the Jupiter energy around you, all your emotions, how you feel around you is telling you to change, but you're still going die hard, well, this is how I raise, this is how I believe, this is how our family been this way, then you're going to be having a lot of problems this weekend. And you're probably going to get into a whole lot of arguments because what you believe, instead of you taking it inward, like I said, I always do dark work. So instead of you taking it inward and dealing it there and transforming and really looking to see how this belief is serving you, you're going to reflect it outwardly, and you're going to end up seeing this problem in other people. you know, and this is actually starting. I've been having a lot of conversations, and this is actually already starting to happen. And it actually, you know, even in my personal life, it started happening between me and people directly around me, where, you know, me being a dark worker, I had to sit back and look at, okay, is this me projecting on them, or is this them projected on me, or a little bit of both, or is this, you know, or is this something coming up that I've been ignoring that I need to realize I need to still let go of, that I'm still holding on to. Now, from watching a lot of YouTube videos, I've already seen that a lot of people in the pagan community is somehow going back to the Bible, and that's because it's something there that's still and I don't mean going back to the Bible where they have the need to go to church and praise the God of the Bible. I mean, in some way, shape, or form, they're going back to at least read it again, or having some way being attached to having to go back to read it or study it in some kind of way. And that's because it's still there's still an attachment there some type of way that either it needs to be clearly letting go of, or needs to be better understood. Which also, if you let go of it, that's also transformation. If it gets better understood, that's also transformation. But going into it's going to cause you to become uncomfortable. On the flip side, I've seen a lot of people who were once pagan, in some shape or form pagan, that are now Christians, you know, feeling like they want to go back and do something pagan, and, you know, they don't understand. And this is part of this this opposition. Now, like I said, the height of this opposition is around the 14th, but it's really carried out through the whole month. You know, it's leading up to it, and then it's going to lead away from it. So this opposition right here, you're going to feel the whole month with the Pluto versus Jupiter, which is basically taking us into this grand trine and a grand square and a grand cross for other reasons, but that's another video. So with that, this weekend I will really be careful about projecting on other people. Make sure that what you're seeing in them is not what you're neglecting inside of you, or what you're trying to hold on inside of you. You know, make sure this weekend I'll be really careful about talking to other people about your beliefs, because this really is all about, it's really going to be all about your beliefs and your standards and your morals in the way that you grew up, the way, the system of things, just not just the system of what you do, but the reason behind what you do. And you may find that talking to other people this weekend with morals and beliefs and standards, they're going to go like really hard at what they believe. And a lot of times because they truly don't believe it, or it's either because they truly don't believe it and they're still trying to hold on to it, or something's trying to get them to see that this belief is not serving you in any positive way in your life. And again, Pluto's going to get them to see that, and with that, it's going to be a lot of uncomfortable. And with Jupiter being expansion, Jupiter being expansion, and then Cancer is going to expand all the emotional ties about it. So, like I said, this weekend may come up a lot of conversations. It doesn't have to be an argument, but you'll be able to tell in their words and their actions how deeply they feel about something. So I will be very careful of those type of political conversations, morale conversations, personal standard conversations, religious belief, non-religious belief conversations. I'll be very careful of that, not just this weekend, but going towards the 15th and coming out this month. I will use this time more so. And then, like I said, Pluto and Capricorn is going to use everything around you to get you to see what needs to let go of, to get you to see what you're still holding on to that no longer serves you. And yes, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's meant to be uncomfortable. That's what Pluto does. Pluto causes disturbances so that things can change. Pluto causes something to die so that something can be rebirthed. And, you know, when you're going through the death and the rigor process, emotionally, spiritually, it's not always a beautiful thing. So with that, again, I'm going to shut this video down, but be very careful of that from now to the 14th, which will be the height of it, and then after 14th, going towards the end of this month. This is this is not a very good month for communication per se about what you believe, what you don't believe. It's more of a month for you to really look at what you believe, your standards, your morals, and see if they still serve you. And if not, let it go, because the energies is going to be there to force you to look at it anyway, or to go back in it, the stuff that you're still holding on to that you may not know, because like I said, Jupiter is very expansive, and it's in Cancer, which is emotional and nurturing. So you can go back into, you know, stuff that you heard and things in your childhood and expand that and open those old ties and open those old emotional attachments back up, so that you can either get a better understanding of it, or so you can transform it, or maybe both. So with that, I'm going to shut this down. Everybody stay blessed. Peace.